All right, welcome to another edition of Ark Survival Ascended. I'm over here. This is Soto Desperado, and I'm in one of the smaller caves, and just trying to get some chitin. I got a 200 and something Argentavis blueprint, so I'm trying to make a 200 point saddle. It's about this caliber of saddle for Argentavis. Because so far I only had like 190 point saddle. But anyway, I was going to go ahead and play some stuff. Here's Taylor the Fiend. He's one of my favorites. I actually love the way this guy narrates.
What's going on, guys? Got a video here today that is so ridiculous that it has to be satire, okay? And it is this woman essentially saying that women are the ones who are done with dating. They're the ones who are done with the marriage and the relationships and things like this. And we as men, apparently men are the ones who are getting desperate. You know, guys, we're the ones who are getting to 30 and 40, making TikTok videos of ourselves crying, things like this. I think that this video is probably satire, but it is still funny to watch because this is actually an attitude that a lot of modern women have these days, where they think that we as men, we are the ones who are trying really hard to settle down and we're getting desperate. From my perspective, guys, I don't think men are getting desperate. I think a lot of men are opting out. They're just leaving and they're done with Western women. Today's video was sent to me by Matrix of Madness, but we're going to be jumping right into the video. So let's jump in.
I was like, if I remember correctly, I've been on dating apps for a while now, guys, which is really sad. That says a lot about me more than anything. I've been on dating apps for a while. I've been on dating apps ever since I was probably legal. And I have experienced men for a long time. I know through different, like I said, throughout different phases. And one thing that I've noticed recently, the most recent trend that I've noticed, guys, is that men, hold on, terrible lighting. Men now in 2024, while my videos are about me basically being a sexual object and whatnot, which is, you know, which is more of something that it's ironic that people always say, think that I'm like I'm the sexual object just because of cleavage and makeup and stuff. But actually, that I'm most of the time I'm referring to the past, because I really haven't met up with a lot of men recently.
Okay, so I'm going to have to pause it here. Again, I think this is satire. I think this whole woman's channel, this whole channel from this woman is complete satire here. But again, this is something that a lot of modern women complain about, okay? They go on dating applications for a very long time, maybe years, many months at a time, and they cry and complain, and they say exactly what this woman is saying right here, which is that men only use me, quote unquote, for one thing. They're only interested in having bedroom fun, and then they leave me. They're not interested in relationships. They're not interested in getting married. And this is a complaint that many modern women have these days. But again, apparently men are the ones who are getting desperate. Let's keep going.
Ever since I started my YouTube journey. But so I talk about the past when I was did cover myself up, and I actually didn't wear a lot of makeup. I didn't wear pretty much any makeup compared to the modern woman these days that wears all kinds of makeup and plastic surgery. So you know, I thought about it and I was like, wait, these guys, even the Chads, even the Chads are putting in effort, because they're asking questions, guys. I mean, if you really paid attention to my videos where I've made like 3 or 4 videos on my channel, guys, of me talking to men on dating apps. And, you know, most of the time it's a joke. I mean, I will admit this is a serious video, but those videos are most of the time a joke because I'm not really trying to find a man in any of these. I'm not interested in them. But if you really pay attention, these men are making, even the fuckboys, and they're all fuckboys, I'm pretty sure, all of these, they're being forced to put in some kind of an effort. They are. They're asking me questions about myself, like even the most fuckiest of the fuckboys are.
Right, so this woman's logic, I'm going to have to pause it here for a second. This woman's logic is that because Chads are asking her questions on dating applications, and they're the ones who are putting in effort, then that means that men are getting desperate. Okay? And again, I'm acknowledging that this is probably satire, but again, this is actually an attitude that a lot of modern women have, right? They go, oh, well, you know, men obviously want me, because they're the ones who are asking me questions. They're the ones who are trying to invite me out to XYZ or whatever the case may be. And I have always made the point on this channel that just because a man is asking you questions and just because he's talking to you does not mean that he is actually interested in having a relationship or anything long-term with you. This is something that modern women are kind of learning the hard way these days, where yes, you might be able to get attention from men. Yes, you might be able to get likes on social media or dating apps and things like this. But it's very different actually getting a relationship out of a man. Let's continue. I feel like this woman is making these videos and then she's copy pasting, the stupid things that modern women are saying on TikTok. You see what I'm saying?
Are being forced to ask me questions. They're all asking me out for dinner. They're insisting on taking me out for dinner.
I doubt that.
They are they even on hookup apps. Like even on hookup apps, I'm being asked out to dinner. I'm being asked out, like I'm being given options, like, hey, let's meet, let's connect, let's link, let's get to know again. Now, I'm not disputing that they might just be, their end goal might be hooking up, but at least it's a start in the right direction that these men are so, that at least they're like putting in some effort. And because the other person said that it's all about Netflix and chill these days and dating is gone. But a lot of the, and this is no offense to anyone, but a lot of the people that comment on my channel probably haven't talked to a woman in years. How do I know that that's true? Or have had physical touch with a woman in their whole life or years. How do I know that's true? It has nothing to do with you guys. It's because I talk to men like on a real level. Even Chads don't have periods where, or not Chads, I hate that term. Even cute guys can go a while without getting laid. Even cute guys can go a while without female interaction and getting laid. So
Right, I'll acknowledge this. I have to pause it here. This woman takes like half an hour to wrap up a single thought. I don't know if that's in her particular little script she has here that she's reading off of her screen, but it's very annoying. Okay, she actually makes a good point there, which is that, yes, a lot of these guys, even if they're somewhat attractive, women will oftentimes think that they're better than these dudes. But again, here's the problem. That doesn't mean that these men want a relationship with you or that they want a relationship with modern women these days, okay? I will acknowledge that this woman is actually correct here in that you can be an above average dude and still women will treat you like trash. That's certainly on the table. You know, maybe they're not interested in you or they'll stop replying or things like this, because again, women are definitely chasing the top percentage of men. I have covered this ad nauseum, guys, but women, when they go on these dating applications, They don't care. Like, if you're slightly attractive, if you're above average, okay, cool. But really, they're on there because they're trying to find the top dudes. This is why I just did a video, for example. This is why these women move to Miami, for example. This is why they only swipe on such a small percentage of men. This is why they leave most men on red, even if they do match with you. Okay, is because they're always shooting for that very, very top man and trying to get commitment out of him. So I can acknowledge what this woman says here, right? A lot of these guys, even if you're somewhat attractive, women are going to ghost you, they're going to ignore you, whatever the case may be. Does that mean you've never been with a woman before? Not necessarily. So a little bit of gaslighting happening here, but let's keep going.
I know for a fact, a lot of men don't actually get women to actually pay attention to them. So, when you come on my channel and you're commenting on dating and you don't even date, you don't even have the same options to talk to people. So, I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I know.
Yeah, guys, this has to be satire, man. So this logic here that this woman is putting forward, which again is something that a lot of modern women put forward, is, well, I get so much attention and validation, and you get barely any validation and attention on the internet, so obviously that means that I'm right. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, women will go out here. This actually happens, man. Women will go out here. They'll hook up with a whole bunch of dudes. They'll be completely unsuccessful at dating, things like this. And you know what happens at the end of it? Maybe they've even got a divorce or two under their belt. They become like TikTok dating coaches, man, because they have all of the accrued knowledge and experience that comes with getting into bed with random dudes all the damn time. You guys have probably seen me cover these women on this channel, the ones who quite literally become dating coaches. It is hilarious, man. It is hilarious. And their logic is quite literally the same as this, which is ridiculous, which is that, well, because they've had a lot of experience, now they are qualified to tell women what to do and to give women advice, which, by the way, is always damn terrible. Let's keep going.
Know how the trajectory has changed. I remember a few years ago when I tried to actually date in 2021 or whenever, I was actually, socially more acceptable. My pictures were all conservative. I was probably 100 pounds lighter than I am now. And I didn't have men asking me, want to go for dinner, want to go for even drinks. I did not have men asking me out at that time. And this is before the pandemic. I would even say it was in 2019. That is when I had the Netflix and chill kind of dates offers, and stuff like that, or coffee. I don't get men asking me out for coffee now. Like, I don't even if I wanted a man to ask me out for coffee, I don't even, which I think is a great date. I don't even get that anymore because and I'm not one of those. Well, I can be as delusional as the next girl, but I am realistic and smart enough to know when it comes to women, there's a lot of beautiful women, and I'm, just average or even a little bit above average in looks. So I don't consider myself like a supermodel.
Right, so the logic here is that because I, as a woman, can get dudes to ask me out on a dating application to dinner, which, again, I'm rather skeptical, right? Maybe the dudes who are not Chads will be asking you out to dinner. But nevertheless, because men are asking you out, then that means that men are desperate because women are the ones who are, for example, walking away from dating. This makes such little sense, man. Like, it makes such little sense. But again, I really do think this video is satire. But I want you guys to take notice of just the general attitudes in this particular video, because what this woman is doing is actually explaining a lot of the thought patterns that modern women have, okay? Well, these men are asking me out to dinner dates, so that must mean that I'm valuable. That must mean that I can lock down any man, and men are desperate, and men are this, and men are that. And then these same women oftentimes go on to become dating coaches. It's an absolutely disgusting cycle here, guys, which goes to show why dudes are just done with dating, okay? Because you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. So men get in trouble for not asking women out and not taking them to dinners because apparently we're broke and we're losers. But then if we do ask women out to dates and we try and ask them out to certain things, then we're desperate, apparently. You know?
Well, I'm definitely not a supermodel, but, you know, I'm not in that league at all where I should be getting, you know, I mean, I think something, I'm telling you, and I speak from experience because, like I said, I've dated for years, so I know when it comes to dating what options I have, and what men will actually do for me. But recently, I'm telling you, I get men trying to ask me questions. Men that look like fuckboys with their I get men with their shirts off and gyms, like literally like shirt off pictures, saying let's grab food. There's one that's saying, I mean, there's so many of them that saying let's grab food, let's go to dinner, I'll take you out to dinner. Like I don't think people understand. I have had at least 20, 30 men just in the past few days. Days, guys, days.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here because, again, she takes half an hour to make a single point here. But again, this woman is a bit right here, man. This is exactly why, by the way, I don't feel sorry for modern women when they jump on the internet and they complain about their dating situation, or they complain that dating in 2024 absolutely sucks, by the way. Because the amount of options that women have online, yes, a lot of these guys don't want relationships with you, but, you know, consider the men that these women are not swiping on. That's really where the question lies, okay? Because a lot of these guys would be happy to have relationships with these women. They'd be happy to take them out to dinner and take them seriously and things like this. And yet with all of these, all of this power, guys, at women's fingertips, they are still screwing it up. And they are still single at like 30 and 40, and they still have to have a whole bunch of cats instead of children. I mean, this is just the way that it's turning out. A lot of these women, they get on TikTok and they cry and complain about dating. Meanwhile, they quite literally have so many options. Now, obviously, they might not be able to lock down the top percentage of dudes, but certainly there are still a lot of guys who would actually be options for these women. Even the ones who are divorced, even the ones who have kids and things like this, there is always some dude who is ready, willing, and able to have a relationship with these women, no matter how horrible they are, no matter how much they lack morals or how many red flags they display. So I don't feel sorry for women who find themselves in this particular situation. I really do not, guys. I don't think that other men should even feel sorry for these women either.
Days. And I'm talking about above average looking men for the most part. I mean, not even, let's be honest, they're all decent looking. They're all cute. Let's not lie and say that I matched with ugly guys, because I didn't. Because I'm not really looking for a husband. this is all experimental. So yeah, I matched with cute guys, not overly cute. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And the common denominator here, guys, they're all asking me out for dinner, not coffee. Some of them say, let's go out for a drink, and I literally just say, oh, I don't like to drink, and then they offer dinner. These men are insisting dinner, guys. They're insisting dinner. Do you know what that means?
Well, obviously that means that they want a relationship and to take you seriously. Of course it does. Again, the logic in these videos is just completely ridiculous. You know, a lot of these dudes, they'll say anything. They don't give a damn. They really don't. They're just out here to have fun, and then they're going to ditch you. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's video there. I don't think I can take any more of this satire, of this nonsense. This woman is quite clearly trolling, and she takes half an hour to make a single point, so I think we're going to be leaving it there. As always, guys, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.
You know, the girl doesn't want to get coffee. She doesn't want to go drink, and she don't want to go out to dinner. So what the fuck does she want to do? A movie? You know, that's what I don't get. I mean, maybe I'm just kind of old-fashioned or something, but you know, it doesn't make sense to me that she doesn't want to do anything. To think you would want to do something. You know, I think you would want to accomplish something like that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I guess. Anyway, I was going to try to make an RG saddle, a good one, for my boy here, for Mutant. Let's see. Oh, I'll put this away. Yeah, I'm pretty much going to do a gamma. I put out all the like the 19. I got put out another 19 of these Carnos, and I upgraded them. They should all have 12,000 health plus the highest melee I can put on them. But I don't have a Yuri, so I was thinking of taking the healing pig, because I have 2 healing pigs that are expendable. I'm not going to sacrifice the parents. You know, but I can take her or I can take him in there, and they do have a decent saddle. It's like a 159 saddle. That's not bad. So I can ride the healing pig as long as I don't wind up in that situation where I'm over here giving commands and it's being ignored. You know what I mean? That's what happened last time, and I just died. All my boys died. Here's the next mutation. I actually got the next mutation, 418. And the, let's see, needs a saddle. Yeah, dude, I've never been in the dating scene, but I gotta tell you, it sounds like shit to me. Because you got these people that they fuck you, you get pregnant if you're a woman. If you're a guy, then, you know, maybe you think that, you know, or they just, if you're a guy, they financially take advantage of you and turn you into a simp. And if you're a girl, you know, you get stuck with a kid, you know, which sucks. 602.1 is the next melee. That's what I got. It was 580 before, I think. So we're doing pretty good. One mutation at a time. It'll take a long time to do that, but they'll be more powerful. So let's see. Got all this other stuff in here. Okay, it needs fiber, keratin, and hide. Oh, I don't know if I can produce that. I have everything I need, I think, but I don't think I have enough slots. This is 75 slots here. 75 slots here. Trying to see if there's... I can try to make a separate smithy and see if I can do it in there. Or even... see, this is a quality of life. It's got 300 slots. But if I put that in there... I don't know. Let me see if I got another smithy. No, I don't. Metal, wood, hide, stone. Okay, I don't know if I have stone here. I don't think I have any stone. So I'm going to put down a separate smithy and hope that it's good enough. Hopefully 75 slots is good enough to do this. I honestly don't know. Okay, so we need 12 fiber. You got to get everything in there. Let's see. 12,300. Okay. I'm going to put the minimum. I'm going to put the chitin. I should have plenty of chitin. Oh yeah, 10,000. Okay. Hide 2330. Just want to see if I can do this. See if I can take 1,500. I'm going to guesstimate on the last component, so I could fill it up. Oh, I can do it. So I can craft it. Nice. So what I'll do is I'll wait till I decide to craft the saddles for these other guys, because I got the where is it? $161.8 point saddle. what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft these. I'm going to craft 19 of them, and I'm going to make sure I get all my points into crafting to increase the chances of getting extra bonus quality on there. So instead of getting a 161, I'll get maybe a 200. But the minimum will be 161. So that's a good thing. I should have plenty of metal and everything for it. And that'll do that next time. I'm just glad I got this RG saddle. I got over there at the cave over there across the way on the island, Cardinal Island. 265.5. I've only been using this one good saddle that I have. Oh, it's not this one. It's on Mutant. Best saddle I had was 95.1. Everything else is primitive. And that's a pre-made one I got in the drop. Yeah. It's hard to get a good RG saddle. Apparently hard to get a Cardinal saddle either. So anyway, so I'm tooling up for the Gamma fight. Like I said, I think I'm going to take maybe the Boy Pig in, and I'll be on the Boy Pig, trying to stay out of the way, and Morpheus. And I'll have them ready with lots of food. And so when they're fighting the boss, trying to kill the boss. I hope to God they follow my commands this time. I'll be healing them so that they don't die so quickly. And they'll have those better saddles, so they should have a good... I should be able to kill the Gamma without a problem, theoretically. And get, like, I think it's just 20 element, but that's better than 0 element. Alright. Cool. Next generation, huh? Alright, so we're at 31 minutes. What else we're going to do today, guys? Besides Taylor the Fiend. Okay, this is the best guide to being homeless from a 10-year veteran.
There's not homeless people.
I started it already, but we'll restart it.
Alright, cats. Welcome to a new National Masterclass. I am your host, always, Jamie May. And as being the king of homelessness, I'm going to teach you how to be homeless. I was homeless for over a decade in places like Skid Row and South Central Los Angeles, but all over the country, from Alabama to Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to teach you how to be homeless in the summer, how to be homeless in the winter, how to be homeless in the city, how to be homeless in the country. I'm going to show you how to be homeless if you have time to prepare and pack. I'm going to show you how to be homeless if you're dropped off in the middle of nowhere with nothing at all. And there's a lot of tricks of the trade that you probably have never even thought about if you've never been homeless. And if you are homeless right now and you have a phone, this will help you out. Now, let's say you have time to pack, prepare, or even if you're homeless right now and you have a way to get things. You're going to, if you don't have a backpack, you want to have garbage bags. You want to have garbage bags anyway, because garbage bags are going to be used for carrying, for keeping you against the elements like rain, keeping your clothes and stuff dry. Always have garbage bags. You're going to want to have a jug, right? A big water jug, big Gatorade, 2-liter bottle, something like that. That's what you're going to fill it with water. You want to get packs, little packs like this of Punch or Gatorade. Water is what you really want to need, but nobody wants to drink straight water all the time. You want to have bars of soap, because bars of soap are small, they're compact. You can put them in your pack, and they don't take up much room. They can clean anything. People don't, usually use detergent for your clothes, shampoo for your hair, and soap for your body. But bars of soap are going to clean everything from your clothes to your hair. If you're a guy, you want to keep your hair short, because hair gets greasy and long, and people don't like that, right? Have a hat, because of, different times of weather. Times of weather, different weather. And you're going to want to pack just a few clothes, like 2 pairs of pants, shorts. You want to have some shirts, long and small. If you have a jacket, I would highly recommend something with nylon, because if you wear wool or cotton, it's going to absorb moisture. You're going to want to have something that'll keep you warm and keep the moisture out. you're going to want to have a phone of any kind, because in this day and age, it's something you really need, and it's going to help you a lot. Socks, you want to have socks. You want to have a pair of boots if you can, and a pair of sandals, flip-flops. In the summertime, you're going to wear your flip-flops a lot, because when you wear shoes with socks, your feet are going sweaty. And I have, just like in the Army, they taught us, your feet will fall. I've had the bottoms of my heel, like one big layer of skin just flop off, like a piece of leather, and I had to tape it back. It was gross. But if you have to have socks and shoes, always take your socks off, wash them with a bar of soap, let them dry on the back of your pack or somewhere in a park, and put on new socks. Never wear shoes without socks, or you're going to really hurt yourself. And if you're homeless, you're going to be walking, right, a lot. We're not talking about living in your car. If you're living in your car, that's a whole different ballgame. I've lived in my car. While it's still a form of homelessness, it's much easier. You can charge people for rides. You can get to places to go get things that other people can't. You can store stuff. You got mobility. It's a lot easier. We're talking about walking around on the ground here. Alright, so in the pack, you got all those things. If you smoke, you're going to have to learn how to pick up snipes, which are, half-smoked cigarettes. If you do that, I would always have a pocket knife, a little pocket knife, cut off the butts, because you don't want to put your lips on what someone else is smoking. I used to do that, and it gave me lung problems. It's something I wish I'd never done, but when you're desperate, you're desperate. And most people that are homeless, we have addiction of some sort, right? So I'm not here judging you. I was a heroin addict. Nobody becomes homeless just because, they're on hard times. If you do, you're easily going to get out of it. You're going to have somebody that's going to let you into their house because you haven't burned bridges. But we'll teach you how to get away with that. Now, so we got our things packed most we can. If we do, say you're dropped off and you don't have anything. Well, I'm going to go over this later in a park. But you want to go to any kind of park in the city, or any park anywhere, a public park, because there you're going to be able to just lounge around, right? If you just hang out in front of storefronts, they're eventually going to call the police because it's not good for business, right? Most places. Anyway, in a park you'll meet other homeless people, and you can ask them where places are that you can. They'll have shelters where you can get clothes, churches that give out clothes and amenities like soap and stuff like that. Some places give you a place to shower. It really depends on where you're at. There's usually a men and women's shelter, but they can become violent. People steal from you in the shelters, and also they have rules. You got to be in by 5 or 6, right? You can't go out and leave and come back. You're stuck in there, and that's all there is. And most those places, they're going to shove religion down your throat. If you're religious, that's fine. A lot of people aren't, and they just don't like it, and they don't stay there. Now, being in the summer is different from the winter, of course. One of the biggest things you're going to need to understand is where you can go. In the wintertime, there's always a place, no matter how small a town is, that you can go if it drops below freezing, right? But what do you do if it's just at freezing, barely above? 33 doesn't feel much different from 32, but you're going to be stuck out there because they're going to say you're okay. If you can carry a backpack, I would. Sometimes all we have are blankets. But if you're in blankets, that's where the trash bags come in. You're going to want to use one whole trash bag to put your feet in, and then you're going to punch holes in 2 or 3 so they're just like tubes, right? You tear a hole in the end, you pull them up and over what you're sleeping in if it's snowing or if it's going to rain, because you don't want that. You'll get hyperthermic. And you'd be surprised how much police don't really care about you. If you watch the show ER, when people would freeze and they would come in, they'd call them bumsicles. That's how people think of us. And that's how people are going to think of you, unfortunately. But let's be prepared for that, right? Alright, you want to have a jacket, but you don't want to have a wool one or a cotton one like this because of rain. You want to have something that will keep you warm and also keep the rain off. Something nylon like this if you possibly can. Something with a hood on it, right? You want to have flip-flops in the summer because you're going to wear your feet to the nub if you wear socks and shoes. If you do have socks and shoes, you want to take your socks off often. Wash them with the bar of soap. Dry them on the back of your pack or dry them somewhere in a park while you put on another pair of socks. Never, ever wear shoes without socks. You're going to wear them to the nub. In wintertime, you're going to still want to wash your socks whenever you can. Wash your clothes. And the best place for that is the park. Going into McDonald's or any kind of fast food place, I've touched on this a little while ago. It's going to be what you're going to have to do to get water or drinks a lot. You can pick up a cup. I would always have like my own cup, a plastic cup, and I would put it inside a discarded cup in the trash. If you don't have that, you just want to take the cup. This is for survival. I don't even, if you're trying to survive, you're trying to survive. You take the cup out, wash it, wipe it down, you put on a new lid, a new straw, and there you have a drink. Boom, for free. Now, getting free food is what churches are going to come in. You're going to have, nobody's going to just give you free food. You can try you could try that I had some food and you got my order wrong or these kids knocked over. No one's going to really believe you because one, you're homeless, and two, most people would know if you came in because of the way you look. So I wouldn't try that. Some other tricks, like I said, they're not really tricks. But going into the library is a place where they can't kick you out. That's why homeless people are always in a library. It's where you can relax. Don't ever fall asleep because then they'll kick you out. But you can get on the computer. You can write messages on Facebook to people. You can use their bathrooms. Don't mess it up. Don't go in there and try to take a bath. Right? You ruin it for everybody when you do crap like that. Shut up, Charlie Kelly. When you do crap like that, don't go in there and take yourself a shower. If you have a quick, clippers, maybe use that. But like I said, in the parks, you're going to find fountains. You can wash. In the wintertime, there are going to be more places where you can, kind of wash up. In the wintertime, I would go to a shelter or a church during the day and see if they have a laundry service or if they'll just let you wash clothes somewhere. You don't have a place to hang them. In the winter, it's tough. You're going to be relying on either a shelter or collecting money to go to a laundromat, but you're going to want to clean your clothes. You don't want to walk around being stinky and smelly as possible. You want to have bars of deodorant if you can, and you want to have powder. You want to have baby powder to put on your feet, or Gold Bond powder, to put everywhere. It'll keep you dry. It'll keep you from smelling like a horse. Alright, you're dropped off in the middle of some city, or even if you have a pack and you're ready to go out. Where is the first place you go? A city park. That is the first place you go. Because at a city park, you're allowed to be there, right? You can lay out, you can fall asleep, and there's nothing they can do because it's a public space, at least until night. There's usually going to be signs put up. If you try to do that crap in front of a store or on the street, more than likely somebody's going to call the cops and they are going to roust you, either put you in jail or move you along. Also, at the city park, you will find other homeless people that can tell you where the shelters are, where there's churches that give out sandwiches, clothes, what time they do it, what day they do it. They're going to be able to tell you what's happening in the city where you're at. If you're an addict, they're going to be able to tell you the programs, the places where to get drugs. I'm just being realistic here. There's not homeless people that are just down on their luck. That's very rare, right? And even if they are, they get out of homelessness really quick. Because if you're not on drugs or alcohol or have mental illness, you're going to have somebody that's going to let you stay with them, right? You're going to have all these other options that addicts don't have. So I'm just being realistic. Also at the park, you're going to have free water fountains,
That's where you're going to wash your clothes in the morning. In the summertime, it's going to be a little easier to survive because you're going to be able to wash your clothes, lay them out to dry in the park, you know. In the wintertime, you're going to have to rely on laundry services at a church or at a shelter, or you're going to have to just, you know, take them to a laundromat yourself or be dirty. Another thing is you're going to always want to be nice to stores that you go into every day and the police, because they're going to be the ones that help you a lot. If you befriend the people at a store, they're going to be the ones that look the other way while you get a free drink. They're going to be the ones that look the other way while you grab a snack because you're desperate. You always want to be nice to these people, right? You don't want to be the jerk that comes in there raising hell because you don't like something. You always want to be nice to those people. And the police, if you're nice to them, they're going to be the ones that look the other way when you're flying a sign, begging for money, or you do something stupid, right? You want to be friendly to the cops and people that own the storefront out there. And, you know, I've talked about this before. You got to have talcum powder or Gold Bond powder because you want to keep your feet dry in the summertime. I'm going to go over this again probably several times because it's very important. You want to wear flip-flops or sandals because you don't want to be wearing shoes or socks because they're going to wear your feet right off like they did to me. If you have to wear shoes, always wear socks, and always take your socks off and wash them while the other one's dry, or you're going to wear the bottoms of your feet right out and the soles are going to come off. Like literally, the sole of your feet is going to come off in one piece like a Dr. Scholl's sole. So in the wintertime, things are a bit different. So I'll go over that. I'll make it snow to talk about the winter. During the winter season, we have a whole new kind of slew of problems, right? We have snowy weather, icy weather, and in the summer we can take our clothes off. I hear people, I don't care about being cold, just put more clothes on. Well, not if you don't have more clothes, right? And clothes absorb the snow, and then you become wet, and then you become hypothermic. So, trash bags. Like I said, you put them in your bag. You put trash bags over your jacket if you need to, over everything that you own to travel around. I would go by, there's always friendly coffee shops that you can go into and warm up. Like I said, be friendly with people that work in any store you go into, right? You act like a jerk, you're going to be the one left outside. But if you're nice, more than likely they're going to let you in when there's weather like this. They're going to be the one that give you hot tea, hot coffee, hot cocoa. And I would definitely suggest going to a shelter. In every town, even small towns, there is always going to be a special place if it goes below freezing. Ask a police officer, ask a firefighter, ask anybody, and they'll be able to tell you there's a place you can go to keep from freezing, even in small towns, right? Even if you have to go to the sheriff's station and sit inside, they're not going to let you stay outside and freeze because that could be liable to them, right? I wouldn't suggest setting stuff on fire, especially inside. See that old scene of a homeless guy standing over an oil drum getting all roasty. It's kind of outdated. In some cities you can get away with it. In most cities they're going to call the fire department, and it's ridiculous. But you got to remember, they don't care about you. Once you become homeless, there's very few people out there that care what you're doing. To survive in this, you gotta think, clever. I'm kind of like, I'm half frozen. I'm sorry, my lexicon is a little dry. But this is the time to fly a sign, right? Anywhere. Nobody is going to run you off in this kind of weather. If they do, they're pretty heartless, and you can make a scene about it. People are more liable to give more money when they see somebody outside freezing. But use that money to your advantage. Get hot hands, get gloves, even if they're nylon, something that that the snow that won't absorb the snow and the moisture and freeze your hands and get frostbite. I'm about to get frostbite. I've been out here way too long and now my tongue's frozen. Alright. Okay, in the summer, which it's not now, you're going to want to have flip-flops mostly to walk in. Don't be like a lot of people who try to walk around in shoes with no socks. You will wear the very soles of your feet off, and I mean off. I had my heel one time come off the skin, and I had to tape it like flapped. That's what happens. And if you can't walk, what are you going to do when you're homeless? You got to walk everywhere. And if you got to walk outside, you're not going to be able to survive. So I would wear flip-flops and dry your feet often. Get the powder I told you to bring. Have a washcloth. Wash your feet off. Put powder on whenever you can. If you have shoes, change your socks. Take your socks off. Put them on your pack or put them somewhere in the park. Let them dry in the sun while you put on another pair. Constantly keep a dry pair of socks. That's what they taught us in the Army, and it works in life if you're homeless. In summer, you also want to keep that big bottle, like an empty Gatorade bottle, a 2-liter bottle, and continually fill it up with water wherever you can. No restaurant or McDonald's gas station is going to refuse you to get water. If you just get water and fill up your bottle, that's going to be fine. Now, a lot of places too, if you get to know the people that work there, you can be like, hey man, let me fill up with some fruit punch or some Gatorade, and they'll let you. But here's the thing, you gotta be friendly. This is one of the biggest lessons, be friendly with every single person that you come in contact with that works at a place you constantly go to. Whether it's McDonald's, Burger King, a gas station, 7-Eleven, wherever. Anybody that can help you, you want to be kind to. And just like the way you talk to people mean a lot. People that go into places like that and cuss them out because they don't let them do anything, that's the wrong thing to do. You just say, okay, I'm sorry I bothered you, and you walk away. The next time you come in, that person more than likely is going to let you do something because of the way you've talked to them. It makes a big deal. And as much as you don't want to, I would do the same to cops, because the cops that you see are going to be the cops that you always see. They work that beat, and the nicer you talk to them, they're going to the nicer they're going to be to you. They're not going to mess with you. If you make scenes, if you're constantly walking around drunk or high and causing problems, and they're going to cause you problems. And look, it's not about having to like this guy or that way. This is how you survive. All right, this is how you survive. And in the summertime, you're going to be sweating. You want to have shorts. You don't want to walk around in black. You want to have some of that sunblock, sun lotion, because you're going to be under the sun a lot. And a lot of homeless people get burned, especially if you're not used to it at the first of the year. I would, like I say, keep your hair short, because summer is when the bugs are going to be all in your hair. And it's going to be gross. Shave your head as much as you can. Stay hydrated and eat whenever you can. Sometimes you have to survive. You might get put in jail for shoplifting. So, like I said, you're going to want to learn to fly a sign. Now let's talk about safety. How do you stay safe out there? Well, you don't want to go around stabbing people with a knife, because you will go to prison for that. Pepper spray, if you can get your hands on it, is good. It's legal in every state. Another thing I use that's not legal in every state, and I don't give a damn, I'm not giving this up to anybody. You also want to have a flashlight, a mini flashlight. That's going to come into use a lot. Thank my wife for doing this. But baton, right? Telescope baton. This is going to keep people away from you, and there's going to be people that are going to really try to hurt you, especially in the big cities. Have this ready, but do not bully people with this. Do not take it out at any argument. Do not take it.
Oh, it's one of those collapsible batons. The police use collapsible batons to put your ass down.
Out to make a point. This is to help save your life. All right, this is not something for you to go swinging around whenever something doesn't go your way. All right,
Yeah, you don't want to
okay.
fuck with that.
All right,
mean, you
let's
can,
look at
but-
flying a sign. I thought I had a black marker, but apparently somebody took it. So we'll just pretend. You take a piece of cardboard, anyway, just rip it off, and as big letters as you can. Well, this is yellow. You're not going to be able to see it. But you want to make as big letters as you possibly can. You want to color them. You want to make them bigger like this. Anything you can do to make the letters stand out. You want to have something kind of funny, something original. Like, my wife took everything in the divorce. Anything to get a chuckle. You know, if there's somebody's laughing, they're more apt to give you money. And also remember, you want to go where people are lined up in their cars and have to wait for a while. Exits off interstates. Maybe coming out of a drive-through. Anywhere where people are going to be lined up at a stoplight for a minute, right? Because people never drive up to someone homeless and immediately go, hey, I'm going to give them some money. No, it's always they sit there, they see you, they start feeling bad, they look around, and there's a few dollars. That's how it happens, right? Don't yell at them. Don't be like, please give me money. Ignore my dogs again. I am going to set them loose, I swear to God. But you want to... Alright, my dogs got their bark box, their monthly bark box full of toys and treats. That's why they're going nuts. So you don't want to yell. You don't want to yell, please give me money. Because people don't like that. And people are going to call the cops on you because you're pestering people. Right? Just be quiet and hold your sign up. Let other people do stupid crap like that. Now, people get in fights over good spots because there's already homeless people that have clocked out the good spots everywhere in every town. All right? And people are going to try to say, hey, this is my spot. No, nobody owns a spot. If you want to stand your ground, you know, you got to think about your safety too. And I'm going to go to that next. But flying a sign is going to be the best way get money instead of just asking people. People don't like to be asked, and most of the time they're just going to say no. But this, they have time to sit in the safety of their car and think. Look around and see if they have extra change, right? And at the end, you probably always want to put God bless. Why? Because if you don't, it just seems people just don't want to give you money. You want to, if you have any kind of clear plastic, kind of I've tried that before. But standing out in the snow and rain are going to make your most money because people are going to feel real sorry for you. So if you have a chance to get an umbrella, I get it. And that's where also having that hood and a nylon jacket comes into play.
Well, I hope you've learned a thing or two by this. It really helps to keep a clear head. And you want to try to get how to get out of being homeless is you're going to have to go to all the programs. Right, you're going to be able to go to, there's going to be programs in every city of how to get out of homelessness. If you try to do it through a shelter, more than likely it's going to be them locking you up and then you accepting Jesus. And it's going to suck. You know, places in Nashville, they like have you locked inside for a year and you have to quit cigarettes and everything. There's no reason for that. There's always going to be social workers with programs to get out of it. Churches are going to be your better way because they're not going to force religion on you. They're going to just tell you where to go to help get out of homelessness. It's different in every city. It's different in every state. If you're in a bigger city, you have a better chance. But also those programs have more people waiting on them, right? So you trade a good program for a bad program with more people, less people. It's all up to the gods, right? There is no, this is definitely going to get me out of being homeless. You're going to have to learn how to talk like you're in society again, not street talk, not slang. You're going to have to learn how to use things that you forgot how to use because you're going to be out there for years probably. How to use new apps, online banking, and people don't think about that. They have all these programs and they throw somebody in an apartment and they don't understand when they go back to being homeless because no one taught them. Nobody taught them how to get back into society, how to integrate back in society. And that's the big thing. You are going to have to set your mind. This is what I had to do, and say, I am tired of being homeless. I'm going to do whatever they tell me I have to do to get out. I'm not going to be locked into any I'm not going to go to some place where they lock me up. There's always going to be better programs. Do what you have to do to get out. Because if you don't, you're going to constantly be out there, right? You don't want to be. Because it's going to tear your mind up. It's going to give you trauma. Because things out there aren't safe. It's dangerous out there. People are going to fight you. People are going to be on drugs and on alcohol. You're going to be on drugs and alcohol and do stupid things. You're going to be going in and out of jail, getting tickets, getting warrants. And that's how they keep you out there, right? Homelessness has become a crime. And if you notice in a lot of cities, there's a lot of anti-homeless architecture. There's going to be spikes on certain benches and on window ways. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And I've made it my plan to take a hammer and chisel and go to some of these places at night and destroy their anti-homeless campaign and architecture. I won't put up with it. So if you're out there and you need specific help, feel free to go on to my website. Not my website, I haven't put it up there. My email address that's in my profile and get in touch with me. And I'll help you as much as I can. I do it for a lot of people because I was homeless for years, man. So good luck to you and God bless. Just like the sign.
Well, I thought I'd take a moment and make some things. Since I got some good ones. Like here's a Ascendant long neck rifle. When I got this, it was a game changer. I figured I'd go ahead and craft some, see if I can get some extra bonus. Now's the time to craft everything. Megatherium saddles, this is the base one I have. That's really good by itself. But I'm going to wait for Megatheriums. I haven't tamed any of them. So, like I said, I'm probably just use Carnos and a pig to see if I can kill the boss. So, I got serious bonuses. This is $5.99, and I got $7.55 and $7.20. This is $6.49. I got $7.55 for the shotgun. This was $3.41. I got $5.56 and $4.06. See, just to have those extras. It's nice to have those extras. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and make one more. I think I can. See if we can get another good one. Good to have extras. Yeah, the pike I'm using now is an Ascended pike, 277%. But these pikes are like 720 and 755. So if I go into any caves and I'm serious about going into a cave and I don't know what's there, then I can take one of these with me to try to defend myself. I'll kill most things. Kill most things with that, just by itself, with my bonuses. Yeah. So 515, 406. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see if there's anything else I need to create. Before I decide to just call it. I did all the RG saddles. I could only do 2 because that's how much chitin I had. And it's too bad I never got a Yudi blueprint. There's that one. At least I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, I never got a Yudi blueprint. I don't think I got a Deodon saddle blueprint either. It's not a good one anywhere. Anyway. So anyway, that gentleman was really interesting. Little Bits Nashville Masterclass.
Alright, guys.
See, 3 months ago, I'll subscribe to him. How many subscribers does he have? Only 840, huh? Yeah, I try to be more generous with my subscriptions because people are trying to make money off of it, off of that, you know. So I try to promote that a little bit. All right. So since the breeding bonanza's on, there's going to be more eggs tomorrow, and we got a lot of stuff done here. So tomorrow I'll go ahead and see what I want to do. Maybe I'll have to gather more resources, but have just enough. Saddles. I have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. So I have 19 saddles for 19. And they're usually almost 180 and above. It looks like the minimum is 180 to like 287 variable. Or 303 actually is the highest one. So that's not bad. That's not bad. That's what happens when you put all your points into crafting and then you use the blueprints, and it increases your chances of getting significant bonuses. All right. So anyway, thanks for watching. It's been about an hour and 5 minutes or so. I'm going to hit the sack. You guys take care of yourselves. Thank you.